I think it would have been considered a one and done. Like
Mhm.
she got it for this because of that, and that's it. And then we're
Right.
never, there's already sort of stigma around winning Oscars. A thing about like Michael B. Jordan, and it was just like, like we have multiple Michael B. Jordans in the audience, and it was like an AI thing where they were all like talking, and I thought that was a little strange. It
And fun fact,
okay.
I've actually been to William Shakespeare's house
What? Okay.
in real life.
We got a lot of fun facts in this episode.
Friends in real life.
I am in charge of the girl.
Cause all I do is dress and rest.
Big fun. Big fun. Isn't that what you had? Contrary to popular opinion, I'm the head nigger in charge. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
And when you look at the credit,
Yeah.
the girlies are there.
Good Times was just always, it just felt too sad every time. I was like, they keep calling it Good Times, but like every episode is like, Lord, where's the money?
And that's friends in real life.
All right. Well, welcome everybody back to the pod, or for your first time, welcome again. I'm Chris.
I'm Tristan. I think we should stop introducing ourselves like that when we get on.
How do you think we should introduce ourselves,
I
Tristan?
think we should just start talking because
So people don't know who we are. Some people don't know who we are.
don't our names come up?
Yes, but they're just gonna come up randomly. They still gotta, even the newscasters, even though if you've seen them a million times, they're like, hey, this is, Ken Bunkboard or whatever it is. Like,
I
you don't want to introduce yourself, is what you're saying. You don't want to
it,
introduce
it
yourself
it
anymore.
it makes me feel awkward when I say, "Hi, I'm Tristan." It just sounds so Harriet Harrington that I'm like, I can't,
Okay.
I
All
can't say
right.
it.
I'm just like, well, because like your name is unisex, so I just want people to know that that's Tristan. Hopefully, I pointed the right way this time, and I'm Chris, but we don't have to. We don't have to. We'll just start talking at the folk. Um,
Yeah, I think they know us by now, and the new people can
they'll
figure
find
it
out. Okay. All right.
out.
Say less. No worries there. But no, listen, welcome back, regardless. And look, Oscars happen. We gotta talk about it. Story,
Finally,
yeah, finally. I feel like this has been the longest awards season ever.
yeah, it
Um,
felt so long
right.
because I feel like Sinners came out 10 years ago at this
It
point.
well, it did. You gotta remember that, and well, spoiler alert, they won some awards, but like, they mentioned that, this movie came out almost a year ago, and I want to say it came out around this time last year. Like I feel like it was like March
Yeah,
or
March
April,
or April. Yeah, I think it was
right?
probably April. Yeah.
So we've talked about this movie for a long time. The world has talked about this movie for a long time. And just in general, there's just been mad discussion around the films and what's gonna get nominated, what's not. And like, it's been a lot. So I'm glad to have this conversation, but glad to put this conversation to bed.
Yes. Yes, Lord. I cannot wait to put a pin in this thing here because
Jeez.
it's been a lot. And I don't know if it's um maybe feeling a little extra because we're also talking about it for this podcast. We're talking
Yeah.
about it in our lives with our other friends, in
Yes.
group
Yes.
chats, it's so pervasive
Yes.
that I feel like that's adding to the timing of it all.
Hmm.
Like, I
Hmm.
know award season lasts the same amount of time every year, but
Yeah.
for some reason, this year feels so much heavier.
Yes.
So I don't know
Yes.
if that maybe because everybody's so emotionally invested
I think that's part of it. I,
And
I I don't recall there hasn't been a film I think that has gotten this much interest um from people who look like you and me. And then just in general, there's just been so much discussion about Sinners particularly, but also one battle after another. Also, a lot of the films, there's been a lot of discussion about them.
Mhm.
And then we did the due diligence of watching a lot of these films, if not all of the films. So then that was an added sort of pressure or discussion of like, damn, did you watch Secret Agent? Did you watch Frankenstein? Did you, we gotta like, so I feel very invested. I think there's only two films I did not see out of the major experiences or awards. So I feel really good about it and prepared to talk about this
Okay,
award. So
okay. I
we're
did my best this year. I did better than I've
you
done in
did
a long
great.
time.
You did
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
You did great. I
I
think absolute. I was very proud. You did
I
great.
got through. I got through. I had a little help. I had a little help from a friend who was like encouraging me to like, okay, let's just watch it. Let's just like, and I'm just like, okay,
Okay.
this will help me get through, have some initial conversation or thoughts that I can already come prepared and like all of that kind of stuff. So that did help. But Marty Supreme definitely never made the cut.
Well, that was a choice.
I
You made sure
tried.
to not watch that film. Like you made sure you doubled down. Like, there's certain films, and I think it's not just you, it's me too. Like there are certain films like I'm never gonna watch this. So let's not even it might win like Avatar. Never seen it, never seen the new
The first
one.
one?
Yeah, no, I'm not
You've
interested.
never seen the first Avatar?
No,
You're
no,
bugging.
thank you. No, thank you.
You're bugging.
No, I'm okay.
I see. I didn't need any of the sequels. I'll give you that all day. Didn't need
Yeah.
any of those. But the first one, no,
Mm-mm.
the first one ate. Yeah,
Get it? Okay.
the first one definitely
Nah, I'm
ate.
gonna watch it. It's like on a list of like I'll never even if I was like scrolling and it showed up, I'd be like, no, like I'm just
Not an
not
instant.
watching it. I'm just not no. So but that's to the point. Like that's your your Marty Supreme. It's my avatar, I guess. Oh
Listen,
man.
I am going to at least get through Marty Supreme at some point,
Okay.
just because of all the hype and the
Sure.
conversation, the
Sure.
controversy, the
Sure.
I think that marketing push that they didn't help
No.
for me anyway.
Yeah.
Like as a person who's in marketing
Yep.
and branding, I
Yeah.
felt like that was not it. Um, so that kind of turned me off. And then it was like, all the other little factors that just kept poking in there were making it such a like, I don't care. And y'all are not doing a good enough job of making me care.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to push that aside and eventually get to this movie. And I know that I am capable of watching it like unbiased. Like if Timothy did his thing, I'm gonna say Timothy did his thing.
Sure. Yeah.
If the story hits, I'm gonna say the story hit. Like I'm not gonna be, unnecessarily shady,
Yeah.
but I am still working my way up to interest in the whole thing.
Understood. Understood. I can't be mad at that. I mean, while they watched it, the Oscars certainly didn't feel like it needed to win anything. So, uh, so spoiler alert there. But no, let's go ahead and get into the actual ceremony, which happened, over here in LA and Hollywood. And I think there are a few notable moments beyond before we get to the actual like winners and losers, I suppose. But I think the first thing is, my applause to Conan O'Brien, who I think did a solid job of hosting. I think hosting shows is really tough and difficult, especially if you've done it before.
Yeah.
And so it's like, how do you keep it engaging? And I feel like he did a pretty good job of keeping it moving. There were some things that didn't quite land for me. Like he did a thing about like Michael B. Jordan. And it was just like, like we have multiple Michael B. Jordans in the audience, and it was like an AI thing where they were all like talking, and I thought that was a little strange.
Okay.
Um, yeah, like it just didn't really hit the way that I think they may have wanted it to. And like there's always, at these awards, it was like the year Ellen did the selfie or when she's passed around pizza or like there's always some sort of like gimmicky thing to try to keep people engaged because ratings have been down on award shows
Right.
for so long. I mean, recently, post COVID on kind of thing. So, and this is the last, Oscars that will be on, TV, so to speak. I think it's going to YouTube or Netflix or something like that in the coming years. Yeah. So, and if you
I
think
didn't
about it, it
hear
makes
about
sense.
this.
You said what?
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, that's what, because they made a joke about it. He was like, I'm your last human host.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I guess I probably should watch the entire show to pick up these tidbits, but
Sure. I mean, or not. Like, that's what this is for.
we've had this conversation already about my inability to sit through an award show.
So wild to me.
So,
I mean,
you
I
know,
get it. It definitely, and I think that's the other thing too, is like so many, people don't have cable like that anymore. So like if you don't have ABC or NBC or CBS, like where are you seeing this? Now, this
right.
year they collaborated with Hulu. So you could
Yes.
watch it on Hulu, which I was nervous about because it kept cutting out. And I'm like, it's gonna cut out in the middle of the major awards.
And you know, Hulu is going to shut out every time you
Right,
care.
right.
Every time you care, they start cutting up.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I don't even know how they're still around, but don't get me started on them.
Yeah, we can't we need their ad dollars one day. All right, so let's so here are some of the highlights for me. I think the Anna Wintour and the Anne Hathaway conversation where they presented best makeup, hair and makeup, and best costume. I thought that was really fun. Like we don't really see Anna in the wild like that.
Right.
And certainly not outside of fashion stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool to have her there. And I thought Anne Hathaway was a great sport in that realm. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was enjoyable,
That was cute.
funny. Yeah.
That was cute. Anna's calling herself packing it up over at
Yeah.
Vogue. So I guess this is her time to start acting like a human before she
Right. Speaking of, yeah,
ma'am, you went your whole career as a fembot, and now all of a sudden you want to pop up at the Oscars and
no.
have a key? These
Yeah, she said,
are
look,
strange times. These are strange
well,
times.
that we know. That I mean, that for sure is the overarching theme of any award show in any year, anything going on this year. But yeah, so I thought that was good. I thought the Bridesmaids, it's I guess their 15th anniversary since that movie came out, which that feels really crazy to say. And I'm
I
not a big
know.
person to anniversarize things that we talked about,
Yeah.
but that's a notable film. Um, and also, sorry, tangent, but that's a film that almost got me in trouble with the law. So
I beg your pardon?
all right.
This
So
is
we
a
try to be as
tangent we
honest.
need.
So okay, so back in the day, right? We're talking 2009, 8, 2010, something like that. Um,
The Barack era.
to Barack era, maybe 2011 even. At
Uh-huh.
any rate, this movie Bridesmaids came out. I had seen it in theaters, liked it. And then there were, these things called torrents. And torrents is how you downloaded like movies, Word docs. I mean, Word like programs, like whatever you needed, you could download for the internet. It was the next wave of say a Napster or a LimeWire. You get
Okay.
torrents, you download. Illegal. So I downloaded
Clearly.
Bridesmaids because I was like, oh, I want to see it. And this is when Netflix guys was still a DVD situation. And like the streaming wasn't as easily available to watch a film you liked. And I got a letter in the mail from like my cable provider, like, we have seen that you have downloaded copyrighted material, NBC Universal's Bridesmaids, and if you do something like this again, we'll have to like file charges.
Oh
And I'm
my
like,
God.
I'm like, out of all the things I've downloaded, I'll just leave it there. You guys can't, I'm gonna go to jail for Bridesmaids. Okay. So
Could you
that
imagine? Oh my God, a story you'd have to tell.
yeah, so that movie has a special place in my heart
Wow, I can't
because
believe they sent you a
they sent me
letter.
a letter, like in the mail, like not an email, like a letter in the mail. Anyway, so,
It's wild business. Look at you about to go down over
imagine for a
my
Melissa
football
McCarthy,
jump.
like this is nuts. But anyway, so they had a little reunion about Bridesmaids, which I thought was great.
Mhm.
I thought the just thinking about the overarching big thing, I thought the Sinner's performance was really well
Oh,
done. And I wasn't sure how that was gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
we have to talk about that for a second.
Yeah, yeah,
That performance was so good to me.
yeah,
Like that performance, first of all, when Misty came out,
yeah,
lost it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
lost it because
yeah.
I'm already obsessed.
Sure.
And then with her coming off of that hip
Yes. Right. Right. Right.
surgery,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I could just imagine how she had to like pull herself together mentally, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just to give that coming off of what she's coming off of, man.
Yeah.
I thought that was such a beautiful performance. There was one artist that was a part of it that I didn't understand why he was there, but I'll not mention Shabuzi in this moment because I just feel like
But you did mention him.
every
So do you want us to bleep that out? Because I was thinking, okay, maybe that's who it is, but I don't want to assume,
I just
you know.
feel like people have dragged him enough, so I'll leave him out of it.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either, but also I guess it's not any less random than who else was in there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was all soca artists and Shabuzi showed up. Like it was folks of different eras, of different genres.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah.
been so much with it. I think, shout out to D Nice being up there. I thought that was an interesting spin.
Yes.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
No, I get why he
Yeah,
was
but
a
he
part.
also didn't really do much. Like
Yeah.
he kind of was just like he said a line and then it went somewhere else, and I was like, I'm not sure what's happening here. And I was nervous that performance was going to end up like the 3 6 Mafia one. But it wasn't. Thankfully, you know, it kept it going
Stay contained.
and stay contained. But yeah, no. So I think those moments were great. I think. Part of the In Memoriam I thought was really great with Billy Crystal doing their special tribute to Rob Reiner, and then having all the folks who've been in his films be on stage.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I think the Barbara Streisand, Robert Redford of it all was great. I was not expecting that. She's not a person that, much like Anna, she doesn't
They
really
don't
come
come
out.
outside. Yeah, they
You
don't
know
come
what I'm saying? So for her to
outside.
come out and share her story and also sing, like that's a double whammy there.
Apparently my
Um
mother lost it, but
uh, yeah.
she she loves that lady and is responsible for me loving that lady. So I got a text from her saying she couldn't keep it together.
It was
But that was good.
I
I
mean,
said,
your mom understands. I mean, that was pretty emotional. And we talked about it in the last episode that the in memoriams are always really hard. They're very heartfelt. Although I did see, or it was called out because social never forgets, that they left out a few people, which is unfortunate. And I don't know if it's because when they think of the Academy, they think of mostly movie.
I think that is the thinking.
They
I
don't
think
think,
that
and
is
like Michael Jamal Warner, I don't know him to have been in any films. I'm not saying he wasn't. I just don't recall
that's not
him.
what he's known for.
Yeah,
Even if he has done a one or two, we don't know him
sure.
as a movie actor. And
Right.
I think that the only reason that certain people would be left off is because of that. Because I can't imagine these people being so irresponsible
Yeah.
that they would just like accidentally forget
Yeah.
to add these people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I
But I
don't
did
know.
see people were tight about that.
Every
So,
year, every year someone's forgotten. Whether it's the Oscars, whether it's the BET Awards, there's always an award where someone was left out. And that's why I was so appreciative of what the SAG/Actor Awards did, because I felt like they got everybody in
they
there.
did. Yeah, they did.
Um, so, shout out to that. But yeah, overall, I think it was a solid award show. It didn't feel super long, which was great.
Mhm.
Although they were a little shady with that because they played off a few people too early in their speeches, which I didn't think was fair. And like, that was kind of like, wow, you guys are really harsh. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't know. They need to stop doing that. Like,
Yeah.
even I, who finds award shows to be very long, I still think you should let those people give their speech.
Yeah.
Like, let
Mhm.
those people say their things. Like,
Yeah.
this is their moment.
Yep.
And if it pushes time over a little bit, then so be it. You guys have already dragged this for 3 hours. You've made these people sit here
Right.
through the suspense of, their own nomination
Sure.
and, all the other things that they have to sit through. And then when they finally get up there, you start blaring trumpets in the middle of their thank yous. No, this is
No,
not cool,
not
folks.
cool. Not cool.
Let these people have their time, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you know it's like more than one person. Like, you know that if 20
Yeah.
people got nominated, then what are you doing like trying
Right.
to like if it's four producers on the award, only one person gonna talk? Like you gotta let like everybody chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway. All right, well, we'll take a little break here, and then when we come back, I think it's time for us to really dig deep into who won. Like I think
Yes.
that is really that's really it. And
It was a night. It was a night.
it was a night for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll take a little break and we'll come back and talk about the winners. All right, we're back. So, of course, we got to talk about the winners and I guess the losers, but there are no losers, right? Just people who haven't won yet. And so, or who didn't win this time. All right, so we're gonna go straight into it. Supporting actress. This went to Amy Madigan for Weapon, something I think we called on this conversation, this pod many times.
Yeah.
Probably had high hopes for others, Tiana Taylor or Wumi or any other people from Sentimental Value and so forth and so on. But it really was Amy Madigan's time, I think. You know, it's interesting because there's always talk about does horror deserve to be a genre that's considered for these awards?
Yeah.
Yet we're seeing time and time again, we saw for a long time that horror films aren't just Night of the Living Dead, where it's just, senseless violence and whatever. Like there's
Yeah.
actually a lot of character work and development that goes into these people and to portray these roles because there's no reference, right? It's not like you can look up and see, some historic feature of figure, so I
Right.
think it deserves a bit more credit than it's often given. And I thought that she was great. I do want to say before I let you speak, turn over to you that I felt like these particular nominees that I'm going to talk about, particularly on the women's side especially, were really stacked hard categories that I
Yeah.
felt truly deserved, like anyone deserved.
Yeah.
I want to unpack the idea of snubs and define what a snub is versus the film that I saw didn't win. Or the person I wanted to win didn't win, and so they were snubbed. That's not what
Right.
that means. But at any rate, yeah, that was Amy Madigan won, and here we are.
Yeah. I called it. I said if they wanted to be a little wacky, they would pick Tiana,
Yeah,
but I think they're gonna go a little bit safer
yeah,
and give it to Amy.
yeah,
And she did her thing. I would have been happy to see Tiana win, but like I said, I did not necessarily need her to win an Academy Award for this. Not because I think she didn't do a great job, but because um I feel like people would put some kind of like stigma on it that I don't think she deserves
yep,
because people are so concerned about the character versus the acting, which is what the awards are given for. Like, we're here to judge the job that was done,
yeah,
people's personal feelings about the character. I
yeah,
don't understand why that's so hard for people to comprehend.
yeah,
But she wouldn't have deserved the backlash or the strays that she would have caught
for sure.
so early in her acting career
Yeah,
by having that award attached to that character, so early in her career. So, I'm hoping she gets more roles where she gets an opportunity to be nominated again, but this wasn't this wasn't her time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it would have been considered a one and done. Like
Mhm.
she got it for this because of that, and that's it. And then we're
Right.
never, there's already sort of stigma around winning Oscars, especially when you look like us. And so, like, I think, yeah, I think this was the call, and I'm glad that she got nominated. I'm glad that she did win some things like Golden Globes and
Yes.
stuff like that, because it really does recognize the work and not just like this kind of stunt casting, which I think people thought perhaps it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had a job to do and she did it, and I think that if you have criticism of the film, that's fine, but I don't think that that needs to be because of her work.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
So no, I feel you on that.
That was good. That was
Yeah,
good.
it was great. Okay. Next up, Best Supporting Actor went to someone who decided he did not want to show up to this award ceremony, and that was Sean Penn.
That was such a waste of an award. I'm sorry.
Because
Like,
he didn't show up.
because he didn't show up, because it was not really, I mean, Sean Penn was not stretching himself in that role.
Okay.
Like,
But
a
what's
lot of that character is Sean Penn. And I just
okay.
like if we were going to um just I don't know. I just feel like
Do you,
that was a weak pick in my
okay, that's okay. Let's do it. Gloves are off.
and I think he did a great job in that movie.
Sure. But is okay. Yeah.
Attitude around
Yeah.
this whole thing is a little annoying to me
Yeah.
because it's like if you really don't want to be here, take yourself out of the running.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yes. So a few things. Okay, this is okay, not where I expect this conversation to go, but this is good. All right. So, do you have to stretch yourself to be awarded an Academy, an Oscar? D Does the acting have to be so like, do you have to be Daniel Day-Lewis, right? Or Kate Blanchett to win an Oscar? And and did he stretch himself less or more than say Delroy Lindo, who I love, who I wanted to win? But did he stretch himself, or was he just, as usual, the amazing Delroy Lindo that could be a banana and a bowl of fruit and still
No,
good?
I did not see Delroy Lindo in his character
Okay.
in Sinners. I saw
Okay.
him completely transform into a man of that era, of that background, of that environment, which
Hmm.
is not the UK born Delroy Lindo that we know in real life.
Yeah.
So, like, no, I feel like Delroy did stretch himself.
Okay.
I believed, very much who he was
Sure.
in a way that was separate from, him as Delroy Lindo sitting in an interview or,
Sure.
doing what we know to be his real self.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, Sean Penn is this angry old crazy man everywhere he shows up. Think about it. This
Yeah.
man is always underwhelmed. He's always,
Yeah.
like and I get it. Like if you don't want to play the Hollywood game, that's cool. But like
Yeah.
also you can literally stay home, which is what you did. But
Right.
like you don't have to participate either. You're going to get work.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
already built a legacy for yourself. People are
Yep.
still going to give you a job. So if
Hmm.
you just want to show up for the work and act like you're above it all, then don't allow yourself to even be nominated. Get out of
Yeah.
the way.
Get out the way. Yeah. I mean, yes, I hear that. I mean, I think, he did not campaign for this at all. Um, and I actually thought it was Stellan Skarsgård's to lose. I thought that pretty early on. I think I said that here. I said I wanted Delroy to be nominated. I still feel like he had the strongest performance, probably of the people who were nominated in this category.
Yeah.
And I ultimately feel, unfortunately, hopefully I'll be proven wrong, but there may not be a lot of time for him to be not recognized in this way. So even though he should have been already, even though he's that, amazing of an actor,
Mhm.
I felt like this was one of those times where like this was his to lose in that way. Or it shouldn't have been a question of whether or not he got it.
Mhm.
Um, so it's unfortunate. And I mean, like Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein was fine. Like, a good performance, but I think he has more to do here.
Hmm.
And I hate to be like ageist when I come to that because if the performance was good, it was good. But I just feel like in the grand scheme of who was in this category, I don't think it was quite his time to win yet. Be recognized for sure, not win. But yeah, it's unfortunate that it went down like that. And yeah, Sean Penn, this is his third Oscar now, I think. So it's like he already has them, you know.
Yeah.
Although I
And
think he deserved his
not to take
for
nothing
Harvey Milk,
away
but I
from.
get it.
Oh yeah, you don't think he
I
deserved it?
think he deserved it for that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
for
yeah. I
sure.
think he stretched himself there for sure.
Yeah. And that's what I was about to say. I'm like, I never want to take anything away from that man's acting abilities,
Sure.
but there was just something about how he was behaving during this whole thing
Yeah.
that I felt like was a little grating.
Okay.
Why are
Yeah.
you so mad? Like,
Yeah.
like what? Who pissed in your Cheerios, bro? Like, why are you always showing up to these things
Yeah,
annoyed?
that's it.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, what is happening? And then on the biggest night of all of it, when your name was definitely in the conversation for winning, you just decide to sit this one out.
Yeah.
Fine. You're fine, dude.
Sure.
You're cool. We get it. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Eh, that sucks because I feel like if he had taken himself out, that could have gone to, Jesse Plemons, who was in Begonia, who I feel like was snubbed, folks. Snubbed means you weren't recognized for the work. Snubbed
Um,
means you were supposed to be nominated and you weren't. Um, he wasn't recognized, he wasn't nominated, and I feel like that was a miss.
yeah, yeah, he did do a really good job in that movie.
Yeah. So, that could have been that. Well, speaking of people from Friday Night Lights, going to Best Actor, a crowd favorite, Michael B. Jordan took this home. He is the now sixth Black actor to win Best Actor award. He joins the company of Sidney Poitier, Forest Whitaker, Will Smith, Jamie Foxx, um,
Denzel,
and Denzel. Thank you,
Halle
Denzel.
Berry.
And Halle Berry. Well, actor, but
Oh,
yes,
just actor. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
just actor. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think, look, I mean, wasn't my first choice necessarily. I've been very adamant that I don't necessarily think that he is this actor that everyone else sees, but I can't I can't dispute the fact that this is some of his better work, if not his best work outside of Fruitvale. And I think that, when I think about the hard work, and what I mean by hard work, I mean just the hours and the time he's put in from being a child actor all the way till now. I have to give props to that. And unlike some of the people who might have won in that category, he seemed super gracious and humbled by it. It didn't feel like this, braggadocious moment, which he easily could have went there. But he didn't. And so I was happy for that. And I also thought about, something very important, which is that chick Lorelai who called him corny and how bad she must feel today, knowing how on the wrong side of history she was. So
Is her name Lorelai?
oh, Laurel, not maybe I'm thinking about Gilmore Girls, but it's something with an L.
Is there-
Laurel. It's spelled, there's an apostrophe and situation going on.
Okay, it is in that
It's in
realm.
the L family.
Can't really, yeah.
Loser, like whatever how you want.
Please.
How you want. Let me tell you something about that though. Michael B. Jordan, listen.
Oh
We may
Lord.
have our differences, buddy, but you know what I'm saying? Like we love to see it.
The star of Creed 3. And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things.
Nah, but
You
no,
lived for that petty red carpet moment. He did not have to call that girl
I
out.
truly did.
He
I
needs
truly
to leave
did.
that lady alone.
Because his face, let me tell you something about being an actor and about saying, no, I'm not acting today. Because he could have, to your point, been like, yeah, we go to the same high school. It's crazy. Like, wow, look who we are, blah, blah, blah. Taking the high road. But nah, he looked at that and said, nah, because remember I was corny, right? Like, I never said that. Of course she said that. You gotta stand 10 toes down on it, baby. But nah.
That was the vindication for
Yes.
all the cornies that have been wronged across this
1000%.
good
Now
nation.
what? Now what? But no, shout out to him. Congrats to him. That is amazing. And I think it'll lead to him hopefully, doing more work
Yeah.
and working on the work that he does. And if nothing else, if he never acts again, he has an Oscar and no one can take that away from him. So
Oh my
shout out
gosh.
to
Well,
him.
I hope that is not his fate. I am you know, I'm not surprised by the win after how it ended up,
Yeah.
moving through from
Yeah.
certain people's comments
Hmm.
to where we, got to last night. I mean, I think that was Timothy Chalamet's award until very recently.
Yep.
And that is unfortunately, how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
He upset the wrong people. Unfortunately, the people that are responsible for making this decision love those things that
Yeah.
you took a crap on. And it made him look a certain way
Yep.
and
Yeah.
turned everybody off. It turned everybody off. So when that happened, I was like, oh, Michael B. Jordan got it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
his.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his. So I was not surprised, but I was definitely excited for him. Um, I think he deserved it. You know what I mean? I don't know that um I think he's like the greatest, actor since, Denzel or anything like that, but I don't think that his body of work is beneath an
Mm.
Oscar nomination
Sure.
when you have Sinners sitting at the top of the list.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
feel like that, you know what I mean? If you look at what he's done up until this point, and then you see this moment, which was obviously a high quality moment for him
Yeah.
career wise,
Yeah.
and you look at the other people who were in the category and all that, and it's like, why not him?
Yeah.
Like he definitely, in my opinion, was not some undeserving, like, and I've
Mm.
seen some people make comments like that should have went to Timothy Chalamet and da 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 da, and I'm like.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily think. Well, look, I think Timothy Chalamet totally messed up his self there, so that he took himself out of it. And honestly, that's just what it is. And ultimately, he will be working for a long time. So like, it's what it is. He'll have more chances. But this is already his what second or third time up here, as far as
Yeah, he's
being
been
nominated.
nominated a few times.
So
Yeah.
like I feel like he'll be fine. I think, Lee already had one, so okay. The Ethan Hawke of it all, I did not see that film, so I can't really speak to
I
it.
saw a couple people say that he was shut
Yeah.
out, and should have
I,
gotten it
and
too.
I've heard that too. And I don't necessarily, I mean, like, I haven't seen it, so I can't speak to it, but I
Yeah.
just knew that there are certain roles that get nominated, but they're just not going to win.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was that. I think and then I saw, because also people are, y'all doing a bit too much. Then I saw like a tweet or a thread about like Michael B. Jordan is the example of like you have to work twice as hard to do because he played two roles. It's like, all right, everybody calm down. Because guess what? Wagner Moore also played two roles.
Oh yeah.
He also played himself and his son. He played the same and a different era. So I'm sure he did all the things, journaling and wearing shoes that didn't fit and all the other stuff that actors. Well, that's what Michael B. Jordan said. He wore a different set of shoes when he was Smoke and a different set of shoes when he was Stack and da, 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 da.
I
Like
know, but like somehow the way that you're saying, the way that you are just saying it, like I can't.
I
First of
mean,
all, I
I'm repeating the words from my homie. But like what I'm saying is like what I'm saying is
Oh
that
my
like everyone's got to relax. Like I think we need to take the win for what it was, which is that he did a role that was well received. You know what I'm saying? That was the decision that him and the director made to have him play both. He could have easily played Smoke and someone else could have played Stack. Like they could have written however they wanted to. They
God.
did this for a reason. They felt like there was a story to be told in the way of having it as one actor play both. It's not some like humiliation test or ritual or something. Like everybody relax. Um, but yeah, kudos to him. Like I said, congratulations. I think Timothy was good in Marty Supreme, but I think there was so much of a visceral reaction to that film's marketing that ultimately hurt him in the end, and then his comments sad.
Yeah.
So
That marketing campaign for that was a little wild. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm like, okay, all right. Next up, we have Best Actress. And that went to no surprise, Jessie Buckley from Hamnet. I mean, we talked about this, I think, from episode one when we were like, who is Jessie Buckley? But once I kept seeing her
Shame
win.
on us for not knowing this woman. Like,
um,
yo, she ate that movie. I loved it.
Yeah,
Say I loved it.
yeah,
I'm a Shakespeare girly anyway, so
yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
always showing up, right? Like
Sure.
I've seen Denzel's version of Macbeth
Hmm.
easily 5 times at this point. So
Okay.
like this is where I'm showing up.
Yeah,
Mhm. But I just did not know what to expect from that movie.
neither.
I never allowed myself to really get into what it was about. I just dove into it.
Yeah.
And because it was such a, it's quiet, it's indie, there's not going to be all of these like elaborate promos for it that are
Sure.
spoiling half of the movie in a trailer. And like, I didn't open myself up to anything other than it was nominated for a lot of stuff. It's directed by a woman.
Hmm.
It's directed by a woman who's really good friends with Ryan Coogler. And so there's
Yeah.
that, relationship there with them. And I thought
Yeah.
that was really interesting. So like I literally went into this with like such a clear, unbiased
Hmm.
mind and then ended up like really enjoying it.
Yeah.
It was a good story. It was a good story.
It
And fun fact,
okay. Uh-oh.
I've actually been to William Shakespeare's house
What? Okay.
in real life.
We got a lot of fun facts in this episode. Okay, let's talk about this. What?
One of my trips to Europe when I was in high school,
Hmm.
we went to where Shakespeare was from, and they turned his home into a museum.
Okay.
So you can tour it and
Yeah.
then, walk through and see all the little, furnishings or however. And so I ended up buying like some souvenirs from there. I ended up buying
Mm.
a lavender oil from there that gave me the worst nightmares ever. So I don't recommend anybody participate in any of that witchery that they have
Okay.
going on because after I saw Hamnet, I was like, is that why I'm
Yeah. Okay.
losing it? I mean, I literally could not wake up from these nightmares. And the whole thing is lavender oil is supposed to help you sleep,
Right.
right?
Yeah. It's supposed to. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you know me, always been a
Sure.
racing mind, even when I'm sleeping. And so I was like, well, maybe if I start using natural remedies and I put a few drops of that mess on my pillow and it smells so good. Like it smells
Yeah.
so good.
I
So
love some lavender.
yes, went to sleep, definitely was knocked out,
Right.
definitely was having nightmares I could not wake up from.
Mm.
And I tested it like 3 times just to make sure I wasn't losing my mind.
Sure.
Every time it happened, I said, oh, no, no.
Yeah.
And,
And
and
the
that's what I
trash.
get. That's what I get for playing with them people. So,
No, but I mean, you would think that's crazy. No, I mean, all right. So won't be getting lavender oil from Shakespeare's house, but
yeah, well, the next time I'm invited over, I'll be sure to skip.
that's crazy. But nah, that's wild. But look, but hey, listen, nightmares were had, I'm sure, in that film as well. But a really good one, Jesse Buckley. I mean, it sucks because I really feel Rose Byrne deserved to win.
I know, Rose
She
Byrne
was
is so good.
so good, and if I had legs, I'd kick you. Which side note, did you see that the dude who was doing the interviews for the Vanity Fair party kept bringing up how annoying the kid was in that film to people? And they're like,
Wait,
no, like, well, it was a child. Like the child was about
what?
to he was
No,
like, no, the child's annoying. Like
no, that wasn't normal. No, no. They made that kid annoying like that on purpose.
no, they were Julia Fox was defending, like, no, you understand, like as a mother, the kid like it was a whole thing. But yeah, so anyway. There's
I
people
won't
out who share
lie.
our same things, or they've been watching our pod and taking ideas to do interviews, which it sounds a little bit more fair, especially since it's probably one of those influencer girly guilies. Because I don't know those people, but I think you did apparently. The chick, what's her name? Quinn.
Oh, Quinlan
I have no
Blackwell.
idea who those people are.
She is so adorable. I didn't know who she was until like recent. Like
Okay.
she definitely is an influencer who like blew up and, made a way. And now she's doing like the red carpet things, but she's good. Like she's not just
You thought she
um
was good?
yeah. Like for her generation, because she's only like 25 years old. So she's
Yeah,
the represented Gen Z.
sure.
I just feel like a lot of Gen Z's personalities don't always show up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
especially amongst these, actors that a lot of times they may not even know. You know what I
right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
and they're okay not knowing.
No, 1000%. They
Well,
they love the fact. I
so,
mean, that happened when the shorty didn't know who Babyface was, right? Like it's
right. So I can't see her being that kind of, she seems to be able to engage and like really bring like funny and like,
yeah,
she's got a personality on her. So every time I saw a clip, because for the red carpet, I'm only showing up for the clothes.
sure.
So,
Yeah.
but every time I saw a clip of her like interviewing someone, it was a moment. You know what I mean? And I think I like posted something about her on Threads because I was like, she's
Hmm.
in the moment on these red carpet interviews the whole time. Like she's a key.
Well, it
So,
was funny because you posted that, or you posted something about that, and then right under you was a comment like "she's the worst." So it was like
oh
interesting to see
no.
like the duality of people who really into that versus like someone was posting about how that show the cutting room floor or whatever podcast, how like these news Gen Z influencers don't know what they're doing and they're not good red carpet hosts and stuff like that. So. I don't know. They're all bad to me these days, Gen
I
Z or
mean,
not.
yeah,
So like and that's why
it's
they keep
all weird,
canceling.
but that whole thing is annoying to me. It's
Yeah,
so, like
yeah,
it's
yeah. You've
so
never been a fan of that kind of like.
no, I
So tell
don't.
me what you're wearing, like
The
yeah,
whole like asking those shallow, silly little red
yeah,
carpet questions. None of that does it for me. I don't even need to see celebrities talking. Like that
no,
is,
there's that.
I love what you do.
Yeah,
I don't need all the other stuff. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
when they're forcing this microphone in their faces and asking these ditzy awards nights questions, I'm just like, I don't need any of this. So for me, someone who's bringing some
yeah. At least
personality
something.
to it,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like
Humor,
that's
something.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll see more of her soon, folks. All right. Well, shout
So
out
we're
to Jesse
up to
Buckley.
actor. Are we still on Jesse Buckley?
Jesse Buckley. We talked about her. She deserved. I don't think that anyone was snubbed in that category, but it was a stacked category. Everyone was really good.
Who
So
else
I'm
was in
happy
that
for
again? Other
her.
than
I'm sorry.
other than Rose Byrne, who else was in that
It
category?
was it was Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue,
Okay.
which I feel like was kind of a slept on, like a slept on like award because I feel like people didn't expect her to be in it. And so they were kind of like, what's she doing here? But I actually thought she was really good in that film. And that film was actually surprisingly very entertaining. A
Okay.
little sad, but good nonetheless. So
Yeah, I definitely forgot about it a couple of times and said that I was gonna do better and actually watch that.
yeah, I mean it's there. Like you'll catch on to it.
It
Okay, so
looked
it
a
was her.
little. I think the thing with that movie, and I'll let you finish, is that it looked a little Lifetime movie-ish to me.
Oh, okay.
When I was
Yeah,
like seeing trailers of it, and so I didn't like clock it. Like I thought it was just her in a new cute movie. I didn't think it was
yeah.
Oscar level, So I think that's why I kept forgetting about it. But you're
Hmm.
saying, well, not you, but the people are saying she gave,
Yeah, I thought her performance was really good in it. I mean, it's not it I guess it could feel like Lifetime because of like the music of it all and like the cover Neil Diamond cover band and all that kind of stuff, but the things that happen in that film are a lot. It's actually pretty sad or can be very like it throws you off like, oh shoot, this is not what I expect this movie to be.
ah,
Um, so yeah, I enjoyed it. But the other people in that category were, so we said Rose Byrne, we said Kate Hudson, we said Jessie Buckley. It was Renee. Renziv. I always mention it,
Oh yeah,
which
yeah, yeah.
is Ladies Lane. I'm so sorry. For Sentimental Value, and then Emma Stone for Begonia. Yeah. So again, all to me solid performances.
Mhm,
For
mhm.
sure. So I wasn't mad. Okay, so now we go into like the more technical awards. I'll kind of just breeze by these. But we have cinematography, which was Autumn Durable Archipel. I'm butchering her last name too, but from Sinners, which I think we called this as well. Fantastic work. Really nothing else to say about that. Except kudos, job well done. Like you
Uh,
deserve. It's fine.
First woman to win in that category.
Yes, that's right. You know what? I promise this is not like a, whatever patriarchal thing. It's more so like I still have trouble believing that there's these kind of firsts
I
still
know.
happening in 2026. So that's more so what
Oh
it is.
my
It's like,
God.
oh, I'm sure it was, you know, I don't
I
know,
know. It's so
Lawrence
sad.
of Arabia or something back in, like, but no, it's correct.
No, these things are still in their first era, and it's a wild business. But here we are, like, and this is why we are like just having to keep count because
Yeah,
unless you say it, you won't even clock that, oh, this has never happened before.
right. Yeah,
This is not a norm. Oh, okay.
yeah. Mm.
Wow. But yeah, I love that she won. I definitely think that she deserved it. Was Frankenstein in that? Because that was my number two. If they didn't win, I felt like that would have gone to them, but I don't even know if they were nominated in that category.
I don't remember, sorry, off top. I'm sure they were though. I can't imagine like
Yeah.
all
I feel
those movies that get nominated for the technicals, they usually all the same movies. You know what I mean? Like it's like if it's getting nominated for best hair, it's getting nominated for best costume. Like, like it's kind of like that. But I could double check for you. Okay, so yeah, it was one battle after another. Um, Marty Supreme, Frankenstein, and Train Dreams.
yeah.
Yeah, so that tracks. Okay, costume and hair and makeup were both from Frankenstein. Kate
Mhm.
Hawley for costume, and then Mike Hill, Jordan Samuel, and Cleona Fury for Frankenstein. So shout out to them.
I called that one.
You call that one. I mean, anything that involves a petticoat or the olden days, you're gonna get nominated and win. There's just no way. Like, there's no way. Like, you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna. I mean, the only time hair and makeup beat something like that was Dallas Buyers Club. Like that one, best hair and makeup, um, years ago. What, you laughing at petticoat? It's what it is. Fun. I'm just saying. Okay.
You're
I
so
think
ridiculous.
that's
Like,
just what it is. Like. Was there not a petticoat? Did I miss that? Did Mia Goth have a petticoat in that film? Um, all right. Casting went to Cassandra Cucultius. Cucultius?
wait, what category is this? I'm sorry.
Casting. Casting. So this
Oh,
was the
yeah, so
first
this was one battle after another,
one
right?
bed after another. I know a lot of people raised an eyebrow on this. It's also the first casting award ever.
Yeah, that's
Um,
right.
but I wasn't mad at that. I thought it was fine. Best original screenplay went to Ryan Coogler, which I think I called this. I was
Yeah, we
so,
definitely knew
so
that.
very happy about this.
Yeah.
He deserves for this. I really, I don't know that man personally, but I feel like I know him.
Right?
We have obviously crossovers for many different ways. And also I lived in Oakland for a few years, but I really, really like that dude. I think he's uber talented. I think he's so smart and humble
Down
and
to earth. He's
down
just
to earth and just like the
yeah.
dude you would have a drink with and talk trash about, but also he's so universal that way. Like he can talk to anybody, and he doesn't really code switch or anything. He's just simply himself. And I think that's amazing. I can't wait to see the next things he does with like the X-Files.
Yeah.
Like I just think
Yeah.
he's a class act.
And
So
now
very
he's over
happy.
there with Jordan Peele
Yes.
for
Yes.
um
Mhm.
screenplay for Black
Yeah.
Screenplays. I, you know, I'm always showing up for the both of them, so that makes me very
Same.
happy.
Same. 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 Same.
I'm obsessed. We
Yeah.
already know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Best adapted screenplay went to Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, and he rounded out with also Best Director and Best Picture went to One Battle After Another. So, hey, look, I this is kind of what I how I saw it.
I knew it was going to happen this way. I don't
Same.
necessarily agree, but I knew that it was going to happen this way.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all.
No, no. I'm not surprised at all. I am glad that, I mean, out of the 16 nominations Sinners was up for, it won four. So that's a quarter of the awards it was nominated for. But I'm happy that it did win some major ones. And yeah, I think that like the greatest thing about this is that Ryan Coogler is here to stay and he is going to continue to make great films. And we just make sure that we support and show up for them,
Yeah,
you know?
doing his thing.
Um, Cool. So we'll take a little break here, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the other important part of award ceremonies in season, which is what these folks were wearing or not wearing. So I'm gonna do a little red carpet deep dive when we come back from break.
Oh,
All
man.
right, so we're back. And so we're here to talk about one of the most important things of award season of last night, the Oscars, which is red carpet. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna let you talk about this first, because yeah, I mean, what did you think? How did you feel about the looks and so forth?
I didn't love it.
Hmm.
There was a lot of confusion for me.
Hmm.
We already know in dark times,
Yeah,
when there's a shadow
sure.
cast over society,
Yeah,
the red carpet reflects it.
yeah,
Red carpet will reflect it every time.
yeah,
And I just feel like this Oscars was evidence that something is not quite right
yeah.
in the world.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't love a whole lot of these looks.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but I get it. Like the zeitgeist dictates that this that this
Yeah.
is a time when creativity is just not there when it comes to putting these looks together. I don't even know who was like behind a lot of this stuff, but I saw the couture shows. I saw the shows, and there were so many good
Hmm.
red carpet worthy moments that came down those runways that I'm
Yeah.
just like, did no one see Schiaparelli? Like, what are we
Right. There was a very
doing?
minimal presence, if at all, from Schiaparelli, which I feel like is a miss. Because when it comes to what,
Crazy.
right? Like when it comes to what I think is interesting and different in fashion right now, particularly on in your couture level, it's that brand, it's that house. Or one, that's definitely one of them. So yeah, that was a little odd. And also it felt like some people had worn their best looks at other award shows. So by the time they got to Oscars, it was like,
Yeah.
well, here you go. It's this, like it felt like, they blew too early. You know what I'm saying? Like they left it all on the field for the SAG or Golden Globe or BAFTA
Yeah.
or, you know, even just a regular premiere. Like some of the premiere looks were better
Yep.
than what was going on there. So it's
Yeah,
tough
I
for
was,
me. And particularly with the women's, I felt like there was for sure a noted what's happening.
yeah,
But even the men didn't really bring it the way that
men didn't,
I'm used to.
not in comparison to last year.
No, not at
Last
all.
year, the men ate down. I thought
Yeah.
the men did so great last year, and
Yep.
this year was like,
Yeah.
we're gonna blame that on you know who. Uh,
Um, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, look, I was gonna say something really shady there. I'm glad I caught myself. But I was like, no, luxury law was there. But no, but
but
yeah, but listen, let's talk about the looks. Boom. Um,
okay, can I talk about who had me confused first? I'm
yes,
gonna save
yes.
my faves for
Yeah,
this.
let's do it.
But
Yeah.
like, um, Odessa,
Yeah. Yeah.
baby.
Both looks or just in general?
Both looks as in
As
Oscars.
in her asking the red carpet and the Vanity Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot. And I get it. Because like I'm looking at it now, like I know with her, she wants to be a fashion girly. So
Sure.
gonna she's gonna push, she's gonna experiment.
Hmm.
I'm here for every bit of it.
Yeah.
It always looks a little must. It always looks
Okay. Okay.
it's a little disheveled.
Okay. It gave she went straight from yoga to in dress. Like there was
no,
no.
not musty.
Oh, okay.
Must as in like MUSSED, like a little sloppy.
Oh,
Like
sloppy. Okay. All
yeah.
right.
Um
Okay. Copy. I
I
was like, dang. All
just
right.
I mean, but also
But I mean, they could
uh,
go hand in hand, I guess.
yeah, that could be they're not mutually exclusive for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just would like to see her continue to push, but like it needs
More
to be
polish.
polished a little bit better. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some polish there that's a little bit off. But
Yeah, they were saying it was supposed to be like cool girl,
yeah. Like
very cool girl
I get the
aesthetic.
cool girl aesthetic. I get the cool
Yeah.
aesthetic, and a little bit of that does, allow room for, looking a little dusty. I get it. But also no. This is the red carpet, babe. We're gonna need you to clean it up. Um,
No Dusty's allowed. Phew. Like Bernstein Bears new book, reboot. No Dusty's allowed. Oh, actually, that's a really good idea. Okay, I'm gonna have to cast that in our next episode. All right. What, what else did we
can you please knock it off?
okay. So yes, I'm a little confused on her look as well. I agree. Yeah, that was strange to me. Who did I think? Let's see. Now I have to look at. You know who I was disappointed in? Um,
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Samson.
Me too.
Samson. I don't know what happened there, buddy. It was feeling very Bridgerton get your gun. Like it was very like and that brother can dress. He's usually very smooth and dapper and handsome. And even if it's like and it's definitely very Bridgerton. Like he's usually very
Oh
like
God.
pulled together, even if it's simple.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah,
there's
yeah.
like
Yeah. No,
a
he's good. He's usually good. Yeah.
and I don't know if it's because he was missing his lady whistleblower or what was going on, but it was just not there. Like I was telling my friend, I was like, I know Miss Harvey would not let the man leave the house like that. So I'm like, she must have not been there because like it was like,
Yo, wait a
yo,
minute.
what is
Listen,
happening? Oh,
listen. I will leave.
no,
Okay.
do not leave. We cannot close the laptop. We have to keep it going. No, this is the conversation that must be had. But
I
yeah.
let you live with petticoats. Okay. Lady whistleblower is not. All right. I will need you
Lori
to
whistleblower. That's it. Boom. No, okay. Yeah, no. No.
cool it. All
All right,
right.
I'm gonna calm down. Let me have some
I
water.
can't. Oh gosh. I'm so over this man.
But yeah, I was disappointed in his look because I look to him to hold it down. And I'm not even mad at like a long jacket. Like all of the elements were there. It just
Yeah.
somehow felt like you should take off the jacket. Like it was something that was a little too like costumey. I was not pleased with,
Yeah, it was odd.
unfortunately.
It was a very odd look for me, for him. And like you said, he's usually perfection in a red carpet moment. But something about that was
Mhm.
a little off. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what were there any looks that you did like, or that you felt like people at
Um,
least, showed up or understood the assignment, for lack of better terms?
yeah, I definitely thought Tiana carried.
Hmm.
It was her night to be glam as like the Tiana that we all know her to be.
Hmm.
But then, as a nominee, you always have to
Yeah.
bump it up a little bit.
Hmm.
And I felt like she took a risk. That's present Chanel. Like that is
Yeah.
literally right off this past runway from like
Yeah.
a week ago. I don't even think it was a
Yeah.
week ago. And she ate to me. I feel like I would not have cared for that dress just out in the wild, but
Hmm.
she pulled it off for me.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like she's always going to give you a little bit of edge anyway.
Yep.
So I feel like this was a dress that, she could carry and not look overwhelmingly
Mhm.
feathered, because that
Yeah.
could easily go
Yeah.
kind of cheap looking.
Hmm.
But I felt like she, had the full glam
Yeah.
so perfect
Yeah.
and let the dress just kind of like be, the star. She didn't have these competing accessories or
Yeah.
crazy hair or,
Yeah.
everything. It's just so soft and pretty and very like rich and classic, but still with that edge that she can pull off.
Yeah.
So I liked it for her. I liked it for her.
Hmm.
I also felt like Anne Hathaway
Yeah.
in a moment.
Yeah. Anne
And
Hathaway did her big one. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
She,
liked it.
yeah.
Liked it. And I know you don't really care for an opera glove, but she had that glove and it worked for me.
Well, here's the thing. That's partly true. Yes, I'm not a fan of opera gloves outside of things that are opera adjacent. So like an opera glove with a swimsuit,
You about to
Jessica,
get on my nerve. I already know.
like that I don't care for because it just it can read a little old, little cotillion,
Yeah.
but that was not the case there. It worked for her. It helped balance the silhouette and everything else was going
Yeah.
on with it. Like no, I
Yeah.
thought she for sure was one of my favorite looks. But she gets it. She
She never
understands.
messes up. Yeah, she never
Yeah,
really messes up.
like she be showing up, and even her just being just a presenter, she really came in. She
Yes,
brought it. And she wasn't
yes.
nominated. Like.
Yeah. If she would have been nominated wearing that, I would not have been mad.
Neither.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So for her to show up just as a presenter, like, yeah,
Hmm.
she looked really pretty. It was very um Audrey Hepburn-esque
Yeah.
silhouette and
Yeah.
the glove and the whole bit. But still looked, a little fresh for, today.
Yeah.
So I liked it. I liked it. And Rose Byrne gave a similar
Yes. Yes. They were
similar
very
look,
similar
similar
looks. Yeah.
silhouette. So I also wasn't mad at her, but I just feel like Anne gave us a full moment. So yeah, who else? I don't even know if I remember everybody. Like who
There was a lot of
guy?
I mean, a lot of Louis Vuitton. I don't know if it all worked. But I did like some of the looks stood out to me was I was not mad at Demi Moore and Gucci. That was also kind of like a feathery situation that could have
I was gonna
went.
say, was she in the feathers? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. She was
It could have gone
good.
a little zoobly zoo, but it wasn't. Like I think it was all right. It was all right.
Christopher,
Okay, all right.
Javante, Lawrence.
Devonta actually.
Oh
But
yeah,
but no, but yeah, I liked her look. I didn't mind Chase Infinity. To me, it wasn't the strongest of her looks of the
yeah. I thought
season,
she was
but I
pretty.
thought it was pretty. I thought it was youthful because sometimes they put the girls under 25 or under 28 in like dresses that someone 58 could wear. Like I like that they kept
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
her young.
To that, to that. What did you think of Marseille Martin and that chocolate brown?
Didn't
You didn't like that?
it looked
Yeah.
like she was playing in her older sister's dress.
Really? The
Yeah.
only thing that I felt made it
And the
old
hair on top
was
of
that
it.
I was about to say, I think the hair and the jewelry
Yeah, it felt a little
were
like
a bit old.
I may get in trouble for saying this, but that's fine. I feel like she's a little too young for Kristen Siriano. Um, like
I mean,
I feel like and now and look, I this is always a tough conversation for me because it's hard for me to look at people who were children now as like adults. So like if I feel weird even talking about her because in my head that's a child. Even though I know she's probably like 40 now, but like in my head she's like, so I'm always kind of like I shouldn't be talking about you're a child. Like I don't talk about children. That's weird. But Like I like the color. Like I think it just
I thought the color was
I thought the color was great. It's either it's the hair with the it was something about it just it felt a little old for her. Um
yeah.
I would want her to be
I
a
think
little
it is the
younger.
color that is making it feel old because the
Yeah,
style
and that necklace is very yabba dabba
didn't.
do.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with
Just
So it's just overall, I want it better for her. Okay. I'm not gonna
yeah.
talk anymore. You got it. You talk about the rest of
Did
the
you
show.
say that the necklace was Gabba?
I
Hold
said
on.
yabba dabba do,
I
yeah.
know. And I couldn't even get it out because can you
That
please?
that it listen, okay. I'm just saying, look, we want the great
Oh
things for
my
our young
God.
nieces. You know what I'm saying? So we have to let them know, like that's not. I didn't love it. I didn't love it.
Yeah, I liked the dress. I thought she looked pretty in the dress. I thought the dress itself was very pretty. But
Mhm.
yeah, I probably would have switched up the color
Yeah,
and definitely different accessory around the neck
yeah.
and, and hair probably a little less,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, a little
Give
severe for a Bob.
her
Yeah.
give her some length, give her a
Hmm.
high pony, give her.
20 would have been nice. Or just even a longer, like a lob situation as opposed.
Yeah. More with the hair for sure.
Yeah, and as far as the fellas, I mean, look, I think everyone was just okay to me. I mean, Canton, speaking of younger folks in a Mary, he just looked washed out to me. He was in all one color, and I didn't love it on him.
That
It
was a
didn't,
Mary?
that was a Mary, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he wore a
Okay.
Mary. So I didn't really care for that. Michael B. Jordan's look, I thought was fine. To me, red carpet, he has not really nailed the season. And I hate
Mm,
saying that because I like Michael B. Jordan and I feel like I probably know his stylist. So this is a tough conversation. I'll probably bleep out. But I will say that like I know that he's not Coleman Domingo, right? So he's not gonna be that. But I think there were some just little things like with that neuro collar, Louis Vuitton look, which I did like. It just needed like a brooch or something else, just something to give it a little bit of
yeah,
like
yeah. They did like
aesthetic.
the pocket chain thing, right?
Yeah, but like
But
that, I
yeah.
don't think that needed that. I think that could have been a little thing here or a timepiece or like a little bit of a contrast thread. Like it just needed a little bit more like
Yeah.
he's a star now. He needs to be dressing like a star. And a lot of his looks feel very like corporate,
Mm,
business corporate, you know. It's just like, and he already reads kind of corporate with the must. Like he just needs to kind of keep it a little bit more style forward.
yeah,
But it was fine. Yeah, all the looks were just fine. Like there was nothing that I was like, oh my gosh.
yeah.
Um,
Well,
well, do we have a best in words? Or
I
wait,
was
before we
like, did
go,
you have a best dressed guy? Because I
actually I do have a
don't.
best dressed guy. I do have a best dressed guy. And it's kind of a surprise to me. But my best dressed was Ryan Coogler. My best dressed was Ryan
Yep,
Coogler. I think
yep.
that he was in Louis Vuitton. I think, look, we've talked about my thoughts about braids on people past the age of 12, but for him it works.
Oh,
For him
boy.
it works. For him, and
Yeah,
also the
he did
braids were part of a
that.
statement, right? First of all, he has the hang time, so it's not neck braids. It's not, he has the hang time. Whoever is doing his braids, shout out to them because they're intricate and perfect. And then he had like the guitar and the G clef braided in the braid. Like
Yeah,
it's
that ate. Yeah, that
like
ate.
the attention to detail, the fit of the garments, like salute
Yeah,
to that man. Like, and I don't know him to be a fashion guy, but I
I
feel like he's been
know.
showing up and showing out.
Yeah.
So kudos to him. I would say he for sure was probably like my best dressed. And then like that might have been it. I'm looking over my list now too. I wasn't mad at Wagner Moura and Xenia. He kind of did the air tie situation, kind of like I'm doing today. Um,
It
it
looked
was super chill, but like something about it that particularly that neckline and that like it was very, 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 very sleek and just like pulled together, very tailored. So for
him.
oh, I'll have to send it to you, but yeah, or we'll flash it on the screen. But yeah, it was a nice one. Like I
Oh,
was
I found
really
him. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he looked nice.
Yeah, he looked nice. So I would say those two were the ones that I really cared about. I know people were talking about Pedro Pascal and Chanel. I think it was. I don't believe in going on a red carpet without a jacket. I'm a bit old school that
Really?
way, and I know a lot of guys were doing that because of the Saint Laurent of it all. But to me, your top has to be really outstanding to not have another layer on top. And so it just kind of feels like you let out your jacket to someone to me. So, and I'm old school that way. Because the scream, you had like Damson who had on like too many layers, and then you had like Pedro
Right.
Pascal who didn't have on enough. So, looking for something just right. But yeah, those are mine. And I think Michael B. Jordan deserves honorable mention. I did not hate his look. I actually think it was cool.
Yeah.
It just didn't have like I felt like it was very clear he was going to win, and so I don't know if it felt like a winning look to me.
Yeah. I wouldn't have mind seeing him wear that at like the SAG Awards,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
and then a little bit more of a pop
Yeah.
for that night, for Oscar night.
Yep.
Excuse me. Oh, I'm still getting over this ridiculous cold I caught out of nowhere. So I'm sure I'm
Mhm.
gonna sound crazy this whole episode. Um, yeah. So yeah, I agree with you with the Ryan Coogler of it all because I
Yeah.
wasn't even thinking about like I was just like, okay, the guys looked okay or they looked a mess.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have a favorite, but I wasn't even, putting him because you think about the actors when you're thinking about like the red carpet looks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as much as I was like, oh, he looks nice, or oh, that hair was like it, I still wasn't. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you mentioned him as your best dressed because
Yeah.
now I can agree that that's who I feel like the best dressed guy was as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What about best dressed woman for you?
Best dressed woman, I think, honestly, I think it's Tiana Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor for you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like she gave the most I'm a nominee at the Oscars look for
Hmm.
all of I mean, all of it was pretty subdued.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at I wasn't mad at Dakota Fanning.
Yeah. I wasn't mad at her either.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
mad at her. Her look could have very easily given bridal,
Yes. Which is
but
what I thought at first, but then
yeah, 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 yeah. The more I looked at it, the more I was like, okay, no, this is a pretty red carpet look.
yeah.
So, uh, but overall, it's like the overall like beauty of the night
Yeah.
type vibe. I will give it to Tiana Taylor. Um, a lot of the girlies' Oscar looks could have been swapped out for their
Yes.
fair looks, which
Yes.
happens a lot in my opinion.
Yep.
I definitely wish Wumi would have worn her Vanity Fair look as her
Yes.
main Oscar look and
Yeah.
worn the green to the party.
Yeah.
But like I said, that is almost 8 times out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm wishing that the swap had happened for
Yeah.
those events. So yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt the same. I think, well, Anne Hathaway and Tiana were probably my top two. I'm not sure which one is better than the other, just because I feel like Tiana looked better. If I'm judging Tiana as across all of her looks this season, this is
Yeah,
not my
she
favorite.
really
So
the
she
whole
really,
award season for her
yeah.
was
So I'm like, okay, like even if
devastating.
it's not your strongest, it's still great.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed. I know people didn't really care for Jesse Buckley's, but I actually thought it was interesting and cool and a nice nod to was it Grace? Not Grace Kelly. It was a nod to a winner who had won decades ago. It was supposed to be an interpretation of that, which usually when they say that, it's not it. But it was like that, the red and the pink look. I didn't mind that.
Oh, yes. She did have on
Um,
that. It was like red across the top. I just
mhm.
saw it.
Yeah, like I was like, that's kind of like a nod to different looks. I wasn't mad, but yeah, I think overall everyone else was just kind of just kind of underwhelming. So I would say those two. Do you have a worst dressed for being messy?
I think Odessa.
No, yeah.
I mean, Spike Lee is always ready to show up and show out when a worst dressed moment, but I feel like he does that on
Yeah,
purpose.
that's part of his look. That's like,
Can't even
dang,
include him. I didn't like Timothy Chalamet's look.
me
That
either.
all
I
white.
didn't like, yeah, and the Timbs, like that was wild. I didn't care for
Yeah,
his look.
I think he
I
might be
did. Yeah, I would say for women, I would say that's probably right. Heidi Klum looked crazy. Like
Heidi Klum. Oh my gosh, is she
I
okay?
think she just gave up. She's like, look, I do Halloween. That's where I win. This Oscar, these awards are just for fun. Yeah, like her look
Heidi,
was it was
I
bad.
was I was very
Yeah,
confused.
she did not look great. So I would say for her it wasn't a win for me. A lot of the girls were very plain. Like I was just like Emma Stone, who I usually expect. Like it was just
Emma
plain.
Stone, Zoe Saldana,
Yeah,
like the ones who, I mean, I guess because they,
they didn't win this year, or they're not. Yeah, they're like, oh
won
well.
recently, so it's like, let me just chill. But Emma was nominated and she showed up like she knew she wasn't going to win
That's
that.
what I think. I
And
think
like,
that's what it is.
I mean, her dress was pretty,
Yeah, like it was pretty, but it
big
just
column
wasn't.
dress with the, but it wasn't,
Yeah, no,
rememberable, if you
no,
will. So
nope. Yeah, I think I agree. And then my worst dress men's. Ugh, I mean, Timothy for sure is up there. I thought Law Roach's look was not it, and I love McQueen. I just he's another one that gets a little costumey for himself. Um, and maybe that's the point. But like I just him and Zendaya with matching hairstyles. I don't know. I wasn't into it. The jacket was all right though, but I just wasn't into the full look. And then I think Damson hurts me to say, but that was what they didn't have matching hairstyles. Okay.
I cannot wait for this episode to
Yeah.
wrap because you are the worst today, okay?
I'm not gonna say nothing else.
In
But
the best
okay,
way possible, mind
okay, all right, cool. Hey, I will take that.
you.
But yeah, okay. Well, look, that wraps up. I think Vanity Fair had some really interesting looks, but overall, just you know, wasn't really it to me. But yeah, I think look, Oscar award season, everything is over.
It's all over.
So that is
Are we
really
taking a
great.
break?
Huh?
Are we taking a break?
Yeah, I think we're taking a break as if we were promoting our awards
Right.
ceremony. Then we're gonna take a little break, folks. Not like anything serious, just to regroup and get more content out for you guys. We want it to be as timely as possible because this is important and being talked about, but we've got, great ideas and more things to chat about. The good thing is that there's never any shortage of topics.
Yeah.
Um, so that being said, a few things. Follow us on Instagram at Friends in Real Life, as well as Threads, as well as YouTube. We're also streaming on pretty much all the platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music. Um, yeah, pretty much everything there. Subscribe to the YouTube. I think I said that. And if there are any ideas of things you want us to talk about, I know our DMs get a little wild, and so we do take notes of it, even if we can't respond right away. But if there's anything people want us to hear us talk about, we're happy to do so. We do a little
Yeah.
mailbag situation.
Just keep sending us messages and things, and we will try to get to all of it.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, until then, I'm not gonna say my name again, but until then, I appreciate y'all, and we'll be back before you know it.
They know us. They know us.
They're gonna be over me, Lord, after this episode. But all right, cool. On that note, peace out.